start sharing with how you use gamification education. And if you're ready, so let's kick it off. Let's start our great session with you, Kamal.
Sure. Today I'm going to be sharing my screen. Just give me a minute as I do that.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's get started. I am going to be talking about building student engagement using gamification in education. That's a topic of the day. And thank you everybody for joining us this Sunday evening. It is evening here in India. And seriously, thank you for taking out the time to join us in this session today. So a little about me. I'm Kamal Preet. I'm a middle school science teacher from Bangalore, India. And if I had to define myself in 5 words, first would be science, which explains why I'm a science teacher. The second one would be I'm a lifelong learner. I truly believe that learning never stops. It is not constricted by geography, by time, by spaces, by subjects. Each and every experience teaches us something. So I'm a lifelong learner. The third thing is that I'm very, very passionate about gamification. The reason for that is the best way to ensure that students actually learn something is by ensuring that they are engaged in the content. And one important technique of doing that, one of the best things that I found out, is by gamification and using game-based learning. Another thing that I truly love is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the global goals. Actually, there are less than 10 years left for us to achieve the goals by 2030, and each and every one of us needs to pitch in to ensure that we do meet those goals. And then there is social emotional learning. I believe that Maslow should come before Bloom. That as teachers, we're focusing too much on nurturing the IQ. We should also be looking into children's emotional quotient, their EQ, help them identify their feelings, help them voice out their feelings, and help them manage their emotions and their feelings. So social emotional learning really works for me. And that's a little about me. And moving on, let's get started. So I would like to know, from where are you joining in, and which grades do you teach? Can I please request you to point your devices at the QR code, and you would be taken to menti.com, and please put in which grades do you teach, so that we can see it going live. Which grades do you teach? And I would be sharing what I see on my screen right now. Anna, do I need to share that in the chat window?
You mean what exactly?
The link to that?
Yeah,
Perhaps
you can send me. Yeah, I can share in this chat. Oh, you can do it by yourself as well.
Okay, so I put the link in the chat window. Okay, and if you're not using a QR code, you can please go to that link and put in which grades do you teach, and we'll get to see live on the grades that everybody is teaching over here. We'll give everybody around 30 more seconds. Okay, so we have middle school, we have grade 5. And I'm sharing my screen with you, what I see. So somebody is having butterfingers just like me.
Yeah, we also have Iran. And please keep sharing from which grade which grades you teach, and we can have this amazing quiz together. Kamal, maybe you will share with your QR code again. Yeah, I'm going to start sharing it as well.
Okay, this is what I see right now. So I've got just two people who've added in. Okay, one from 5th standard, and one is taking grade 5, and the other one is in middle school.
Yeah, you may send me the link in Facebook, for instance. I can share here in the chat because I don't see the link in the chat box.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it this way as well. I think it's much easier. I really like the links. I use them everywhere. Okay, so let me see.
Okay. Let's now. I guess we've waited enough. Okay, let's move on. Let's jump on to the content. Okay, so we'll start off with what are games and how to differentiate. What is the main difference between games and play? So whenever you say that you're playing, whenever you're saying that children are playing, okay, play tends to be open-ended. There are no rules. There is no constraint of time. There's no constraint of space. You can play for the whole day. You compare it to games. Games, on the other hand, they occur within a constricted area. So whether it is games in the form of sports, in the form of esports, games, which are computer games, video games, okay, so they're constricted by space, and there is definitely a set of rules which go into games. So the difference between play and games is play is open-ended, there are no rules, and games, on the other hand, they are constricted by space, and there is a definitive set of rules. So why do we need to play? Why do we all play games? What is the reason that we are playing games? There are multiple reasons to this. The first one is to have fun, and this is the easy fun. In case you're not feeling up to the mark, and you've had a particularly difficult day, and you want to blow off steam, you would choose to play. There was this experiment done where they had installed these musical stairs. So whenever you stepped on the stairs, you would get a musical note playing. And climbing stairs is difficult, but they wanted to encourage people to go ahead and climb stairs. You could do the difficult thing, and there was and compared to the stairs, you had the easy way out. You had an escalator. So people actually chose to take the stairs because of the musical notes which were playing with the stairs, okay, instead of the escalator, because they wanted to have fun, they wanted to create music, they wanted to jump around. So that is the first reason why we choose to play, for fun. The second reason why many people would want to play is they are up for challenges. They want to master something. They want to be the very best in what they like. So that is the hard fun. It is difficult to master content. Or it is possible that you can be a people's person. You want to be around people. You want to collaborate with people. You want to play with your friends. So that is the people fun. The fourth thing is serious fun. When you are playing, when you're choosing to play, and as you're playing, you are doing good for your family, for your community, and for your planet. SDGs come in over here. There are many games related to SDGs which are related to serious fun. Now, let's move on to the definition of gamification. So what is this gamification? Gamification is the use of game design elements in non-game contexts. So using everything which inspires us in a game, using everything which keeps us motivated in a game, whether it's a fun component, whether it is the badges that you earn, whether the mastery that you're gaining of the content, you're using all those things together and taking it from the game aspect and putting it in an aspect where you would generally not see them. So, and school is the one thing where you generally don't see these things conventionally. Okay, school is there's definitive set of rules. Okay, they don't conventionally schools would look down upon children having fun that way. I'm talking about the conventional one, not nowadays, but taking all those game design elements and putting it in a non-game context. That is the definition of gamification. So where do you see gamification? Actually, everywhere. Look around you. If you have an Apple Watch, if you have a Fitbit, if you want to collect, if you like to collect points on your credit card, on your debit card, or your grocery store entices you to shop over there again and again for points, okay, for badges, okay, that is all gamification. So everywhere you look around you, there's just gamification. They have used all those components which keep us motivated and put them in these different contexts. So what is the motivation over here? I'm so sorry. So there are different types of motivations. They can be basically divided into two categories. You have the intrinsic motivation, which is something which you want to do by yourself. An example of that would be mastering the content. Okay, you want to be the best in that particular field. You want to up your score. Like you would have seen children who play video games. They suppose the first time they've got something like 500 points. Okay, that does not suffice. They would, each time they play that game, they want to up their score. They want to get better at it. So then, and they're not getting something extrinsic. They're not getting something physical in return. They just want to better their score. They want to be the best at that particular game. So that would be an example of intrinsic motivation. You compare this with extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation would be you're getting money, you're getting some goodies, you're getting something external which keeps you motivated. An example of that would be the points which are linked to credit cards. So you use your credit card these many number of times, and you get this bonus, okay, or you'll get this free gift coming all your way. That's an example of extrinsic motivation. So two types of motivations coming into gamification. First is intrinsic, and the second one is extrinsic motivation. So this can get a bit heavy. Let's try to differentiate between games, game-based learning, and gamification. So what's the difference between the three? First, when you're talking about games, they are for fun. There may be rules, there might not be very definitive rules. Game-based learning, on the other hand, there are definite learning objectives. I want everybody to just look at that point, learning objectives. So which automatically tells you that it is related to learning, it is related to teaching. There is teaching happening in the process. And then you look at gamification. It can just be a collection of tasks with points or something, some extrinsic motivation or intrinsic motivation that you're getting towards the end. Games, please look at the second point. So winning, or you can either win a game, you can lose in a game. Game-based learning, it doesn't really matter. You may win or you may lose, and what's most important is that you learn in the process. In game-based learning, the most important thing is that you learn in the process. And similarly, you have for gamification that the focus is on learning the concept, and in order to ensure that you've learned the concept, they're using all these different elements. Let's look at the third point. In the third point, it's mentioned how gameplay comes first and rewards and everything is secondary. So you are focusing on having fun. You compare this to the game-based learning. It is your intrinsic motivation. It is the high that you're getting because you have mastered your content. And you compare it with gamification. Yes, there is extrinsic motivation. You want to get a badge, you want to get that goodie, but we would want it to be intrinsic. And there are two other points. I'll be sharing my slide with you, but I guess it will be too heavy if I continue with this. Now let's look at what it would look like in education. So how would gamification and game-based learning look in education? And sharing with you the three big names of education. You have Piaget. He was a psychologist. He was concerned with child psychology. He's done extensive work on psychology of children and how it develops as children grow from infancy on to adulthood. Then you have Bloom, who was related to education, and then you have Skinner. All these three people, they gave different theories. So you had Piaget, who concentrated on constructivism. With Bloom, it was mastery learning, and Skinner concentrated on behavioralism. So if you were to translate this in terms of gamification, Piaget would concentrate on open-ended play. So as the child is playing, he or she is exploring his environment around him, and he gets to learn things as a result of those experiences. Then you have Bloom's mastery learning, which focused on the learning outcomes, which is the center of game-based learning. And lastly, you had Skinner's behaviorism, where he wants us, where we are using gamification in order to alter people's behaviors, in order to alter their habits. Now, what are the benefits of gamification and game-based learning in education? First of all, they offer a very low-risk competition. Children would be competing against each other, but it's not high stakes. It's all friendly competition. There's nothing very big to lose over here. The second thing is that they're developing their social emotional learning. So when they're interacting with each other, if it is team games, so they learn how to work in teams, how to work in groups, how they are going to handle their emotions when they're doing it, how to collaborate together to win that particular game. So soft skills are being developed in the process, and these are actually, I wouldn't even call them soft skills. They are hard skills. They are skills which are valuable for life. The third thing is that it is student-centric learning. So the concentration is on the learning of the students. Teachers are nowhere there in the picture. It is student-centered learning. Obviously, when you're repeating something over and over again because you're having so much fun, as in case of games, you tend to memorize that. Repetition helps in memorizing the content. Okay, you might even develop muscle memory. That's what happens with video games. Okay, but because you're repeating it over and over again, you develop muscle memory, and that is how games help to increase a child's memory capacity. Then there is the very important development of ICT skills. Computer and simulation fluency comes in, and these are imperative in today's 21st century skills. And lastly, it's not just all fun, but it also helps to develop problem solving and critical thinking. How do you get to that next level without losing your life? You have to strategize. Not in all the games, but in many of the games, they are strategy built games. Now let's come on to the next slide, which is talking about the guiding principles. And this is one of my favorite slides. So what are the principles of game-based learning? Firstly, we'll talk about the failure dynamic. What motivates us to repeat that thing over and over again? Failure is no longer important. Okay, in fact, you would want to fail so that you would learn how to do it in n number of ways. Every time you fail, you would want to repeat it again so that you can better yourself. Let me just make it bigger. This looks better.
Yeah, great.
Then you have the flexibility dynamic. There's no just one way of doing a particular thing. You can achieve the same thing. You can achieve the same goals by n number of ways. Okay, if you play any game. There's no one fixed path. So this nurtures student autonomy. They're not There are rules, but they're not constricted. They're not straight jacketed into this is the only way that you can do it, like it happens in school. This is the assignment which has been given to you, and you have to complete this worksheet. No ifs and buts. Okay, you just have to do this. There is hardly any flexibility coming in over there, but that's not the case with game-based learning. Then you have the construction dynamic, where you can build something with something that matters. If you're talking about Minecraft, okay, it is the what the students built. It is for a real audience. It is for their classmates. They can share it with the world. So you have the construction dynamic coming in. The situated meaning, where you learn new ideas by experiencing them yourselves. So this is almost like hands-on learning. You're learning everything on the go with the flow. This system thinking coming into the picture, where we are again talking about critical thinking, problem solving, and obviously the very important skill of building empathy, social emotional learning. These are the guiding principles for game-based learning and gamification. So, what are the game features? What make up a game? Obviously, you're going to have a set of rules, and the same set of rules apply to everybody. Then there is a goal or a clear outcome. Okay, this is the eventual goal. Okay, suppose we're talking about Angry Birds. Okay, so you have to knock off those piggies. That's a goal, and you know how to do it. And so there is a clear rule. There's a goal, and there's a clear outcome. Getting those points, you get immediate feedback as soon as you pull that in Angry Birds. As soon as you pull that thing, okay, and the piggy goes off, the Angry Bird goes off to the piggy stuff, and it doesn't knock off as much blocks as you wanted. You get immediate feedback. Okay, you can look at the points and you get to know how well you've done it immediately. And obviously you're solving problems over here. How do I do it better the next time? Okay, perhaps pulling it a wee bit pulling it backwards more, okay, would have helped me in breaking more blocks. There is a story. Think about Angry Birds. There's a story over there. Think about Pokemon Go. There's a story over there, and it engages the audience. The story engages the audience. It draws the player into the games. It generates emotions. So we're talking about social emotional learning, being connected with the story over there. Then there are players. It can be a single player game, but mostly there are many players in a game, and hence this can either be collaborative, where many players are coming together in order to achieve a goal, or they might be competing against each other to better themselves. And it's a safe environment. They're not doing all these things in the real world. It's a safe environment. They are learning these skills. They are practicing these skills within the very safe environment of the game. They're not in any imminent danger. And there's a sense of mastery. After they have achieved it, you should look at the faces of the children, whether they're playing video games, whether it's a game of Kahoot, whether they build something in Minecraft. You should look at the shine in their eyes, which shows their sense of mastery. So how can you gamify your course? There are many ways of doing it. As first would be using progress or completion tracking. You would have seen this on the MEC portal. It's there even on the Adobe edX training portal. You have this progress or completion tracking that you have. These are the total number of courses, modules which are there in a course, and as and when you complete them, they get marked off. Then there is a level up plugin. So you have this additional thing, okay, you have an optional thing, okay. If you do it, it's nice, but it's all right even if you don't do it. Then there are pathways. There's not just one way of doing it. Look at the MEC portal. They offer multiple pathways, so you can select it as per your understanding, as per your choices. There are multiple pathways of achieving that one goal. Then you can give restricted access. Unless you do this, okay, you will not move on to the next level. Unless you complete all these courses, you do not get this badge. So there's restricted access over there. Then you recognize people with badges, you recognize students, you recognize learning with badges, and then there are points and leaderboards. The best example would be our MEC portal with points and leaderboards. And in school, it would be our Kahoot games, it would be the quizzes, where when you see those, the names of the children shining at the end, that would be an example of points and leaderboards. Now, what's there in my toolbox? I'll be first talking about some of the game-based learning, some of the tools which I use for game-based learning, and then I'll be jumping on to gamification. Okay, gamification, I have low-tech tools. They're not very costly. Anybody can do it. And but before that, let's look at my game-based tools. The first tool that I have is quizzes. So what is quizzes? Quizzes helps to turn quizzes and worksheets into self-paced games. Self-paced games, the children can do it by themselves individually, or they can do it as teams, as groups, where they would have to collaborate with each other for the team to win. And I'm quickly going to jump on to show you how you get started with quizzes. I'm going to stop sharing I'm going to jump on to the other tab.
Sure. Okay, so.
Okay, so I'm there, and yeah, I'm there. Okay, so on the quizzes tab, it is quizzes.com. Okay, I'm going to share it in the chat window over here. Once you go over there, you have these different options. You have an enter code. This is for students. Then you have a login as a teacher, or you can sign up. Okay, in case you do not have an account, you would need to sign up. And for doing that, let's click over there, and it will give you the conventional methods of joining in, either with your Google account or with your email. And since I already have an account, so I'm going to just simply log in. Okay. I'm going to log in with my Gmail account. Okay, my school Gmail.
So you've got two different accounts for as a school account and your personal one, I guess, yeah?
Yes,
is it right?
I've got two. Yes, that is correct. Oh, God.
Oh, here is
my
Kiki. She's writing. Yeah, she's writing that I love quizzes. Yeah, we really love using quizzes. Yeah, and you know that you could even get the certification you could become certified on quizzes, but I've lost this chance because now it's closed. Have you heard about this, Kamal?
Yes.
Yeah, I missed this.
Okay. I totally love quizzes. Okay, so I'm there, and once you log in, okay, you will get this screen, and just you have this big purple button, okay, for creating a new quiz, and there is a beta feature where you can create a new lesson. But I'm going to start off with the quiz, and let's get started. So let's give it a name. We're going to call it test, and topic science. I'm just going to skip the next screen. Okay. So we are in. Let's get started with this. You have all these 6 options. So I'm going to start off with the MCQ. And I have a set of questions ready, and let's get started. So the first one is, it's always nice if you have a set of questions ready. You're not typing on the go. You can have it in your, you can have these as a Word file or in your Excel sheet. Okay, and you can then just copy paste. Okay, so you don't waste.
Yeah, I love using Word Online for this notes.
Okay, Sakafa props. Oh. Okay, so done. That's the first question done. And you also have for math teachers, you also have this option of adding a math equation, and you can add media as well. Okay, here is the math equation. So a square plus b square, in case you want to do this, b square is equal to, the math teacher wants the children to write the formula, so they can do that, but I'm not going to be using that. And you can add in media as well, in case let's say for a history teacher or for English, you want them to listen to a particular thing, and then okay, based on that content you want them to reply, okay, you can use the media over there. So I'm going to save it, and you can see that you can also, oh, I forgot to select the correct option, and that happens to be autotrophs. Okay, you can also put the time allotted for that question, and then I'm going to save it.
Kamal, can you ask you a tricky question? What do you
Yes,
like
please
the
go ahead.
most, Kahoot or quizzes? Because I think they're pretty similar to each other.
My children, they love quizzes. My children, they love quizzes. That's because Kahoot, I generally give the children to play individually, and Kahoot they play individually, and quizzes they play as a team. So they like quizzes, and also in Kahoot there's this limitation of time, and so that can be a bit daunting for some children, that they lose a lot of time, especially with the connectivity thing. Quizzes, it's not much of a problem.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
I got it. Thank you.
I'm going to add the second question, and we'll just add two for paucity of time. Okay, organisms which cannot make their own food and therefore depends on, okay, this would be your heterotrophs, and done. Safe. Okay, let's add two more questions. Let's have a true or false question, and it's taking forever. Okay, let's have a fill in the blanks. So this we are going to have. And here's the answer. Type in the answer. 60 seconds. We're going to keep the time more because it'll take time for them to type it. And it's also a very good, generally whenever you have fill in the blank questions, or and it is auto corrected, it's always good to give them instructions beforehand that you type in all small letters. Okay, don't capitalize anything, because otherwise many a times the computer would mark it wrong. And also fill in the blanks is a very good it comes in really handy for testing them for spellings. Okay, over here also I have to check. I made it capital, and some of them would get it wrong. It has to be all small so that they do not get anything wrong. Okay, let's have a third one. Which one should we have, Anna? Which one do you want? Let's have, do you want it MCQ, checkbox, fill in the blanks, poll, or an open-ended one?
Okay. I'm not sure.
Open-ended.
Okay,
yes.
I love them all.
Yeah. Okay, let's try out an open-ended one. So this time, define photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Okay. And 3 minutes should be suffice to allow them to type. And we've saved that, and we've got this ready. And let's now. Okay, you come over here and you just check that you've given it a proper name. And before you do that, you have to give your quiz a nice image. So you can either drag and drop, or you can paste a link. I already have it on my system, so I'm going to drop my favorite thing over
Wow, you're doing
here.
so fast.
This one. Oh God, I should slow down. And you're going to select the language.
Great.
It's English. Okay, right? So
yeah, really.
It's English.
So that's how you can save your time on doing this, so fast.
Okay, and then you have your grade, and we're going to keep it public so that everybody can see it. If you're making these worksheets, it's really nice if you can share it with everybody, because it comes in really handy. You also have an option. I just forgot one thing. You also have an option of picking up questions that other teachers have made. So let's edit this, and I'll just show you that.
So everybody who has got an account in Quizzes, they can see this template, yeah?
Yes, they can.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, you can include public quizzes. You can pick up from the work that other teachers have so painstakingly done. Okay, just a minute. I should be adding nutrition in plants, nutrition in plants, and we pick up a question. Okay, so let's go to the first one itself, and we'll pick up one question from there. Which plant traps insects because its growth in soil would lack nitrogen? Let's add that, and that question would be automatically added to our quiz.
Wow.
And this comes in really helpful, okay, when you're falling short of time and you want to come up with a quiz really quickly. Okay, I tend to use this a lot, okay, and this is also so interesting. Insectivorous plant is, you have to select the correct option. This is an image-based question. Okay, it's just my browser. My internet is slow today.
That's
so it's
okay, don't worry.
Okay, so we are done. And it's saving the work. And now let's start the live quiz. Now you have two options. Either you can have it as a live quiz or you can assign homework to your children. And in case you're using Google Classroom, you can assign it as homework, or else also you can do that. But let's have some fun using a classic live, using a live quiz. We'll be using the classic version, and you can choose to play as a team or you can choose to play it individually. Let's have fun as a team, and I can select the total number of teams, and anybody is free to join in. Okay, let's continue, and I'm going to be sharing that with you now.
So we can use our mobile devices, yeah, and then it works. Okay. So there is a code, and there should be a link and a QR code as well, yeah?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to share that right now. Do you want to play? Do you think we should be playing?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, so you would have to go to joinmyquizzes.com in case you, let's have a quick game. Let's see if anybody wants to join us. It would be fun.
I do.
Let's play it. Okay, so now I'm going to share what it looks like for the children. So give me a minute as I share the other tab. I'm going to share the other tab.
Okay. Is there an app for quizzes, yeah? On Google Play Market or Apple Store, yeah? This should go.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to name myself.
So let's play. Okay.
Okay, so you have all these options. Okay, music, memes, sound effects, everything. And let's get started. I hope I'm sharing my correct screen.
Yeah, it works. Don't worry.
I'm there in I'm a part of Brutish Bunnies. So it's just like me right now, and there are 3 players in the game, and we'll just wait for one more person to join it. Anna, you're a part of. Okay, so okay, so this is the view that you see as a student, and I'll just show you what you see as a teacher, and then we'll get started. Okay, give me a minute as I jump on to the other one. Okay, done. Okay, so we have Kiki, who is there in Vegan Sharks. And we have Brutish Bunnies.
Oh my gosh, let me go into it.
It would be fun if we had lots of players joining in, but it's all right. We can just have fun like this also.
Kiki is a vegan shark. I haven't known there exists.
And I can shuffle the teams. You happy with the sharks?
Okay, just Irina is here as
Shuffling.
well.
Okay, now everything is shuffled. I'm an owl. Kiki is a bunny.
I think she will beat us. All of us.
And let's get started. Okay, just
Yeah.
let's get started, and we'll just answer those 5 questions. So
The
this should go
joining
fast.
code should be here on the screen all the game through, yeah?
Yes. Okay, this is the leaderboard. So you get to see what the teacher is seeing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm giving out the answers. Green plants which can manufacture their own food by the process of photosynthesis, they are known as autotrophs. So I get a power up. I get immunity.
Okay.
Define photosynthesis, process of making food. You can write anything. It's just like,
Yeah, don't be shy to grab screenshots. So you can
right.
share with your experience online. Okay, so let me.
Okay, organisms which cannot make their own food and therefore obtain their food directly or indirectly from plants, they're known as heterotrophs. If anybody's got that answer, that question, it would be heterotrophs.
Wow. Irina is a morning owl, if I'm not mistaken, and she's so fast. Come
Gosh.
on.
And
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just share what it looks from a student's perspective. Do I share that?
Yeah, sure. Oh, wait, I can see the only screen if you have asked me. Yeah, this is the only one. Uh-huh. Okay, so I just...
the next question that I have is a heterotroph that completely depends upon another organism for its food. That would be a parasite, an evil parasite. And remember that we had typed it in all small letters, okay, so that it comes out correct for everybody. And let's move on. I have my last question coming in. If anybody's got that question, where pitcher plants grow, they trap insects because they grow in soil which is lacking in nitrogen.
Yeah, Kiki has written that it's difficult. Yeah, because the questions might be difficult.
I know I should have used something very simple.
No, that's okay. We're teachers.
That's the last one.
We like learning, you know. Teachers love it. Oh my gosh, Irina, how did you do it? Oh, 5,000 points. The first stage, yep. Okay, so, and I'm still struggling with the joining code. I don't see it. Okay.
Can I help you with that?
Yeah, sure. Can you show the code so I can do it after the session? I just
absolutely
want to beat Rita, so I want to have more than 5,000 points. Okay, so just let me know. Kiki is writing, ask us about grammar. We will be winners for sure. Yeah.
And then we get to experience how the children experience it from their end.
Yeah, that's right.
And they can take all the time, okay, unlike what we have in Kahoot, okay, which is limited by time, so it gets difficult for the students to concentrate. Okay, this one you can take all the time in the world. I'll give it a minute more before I end the game and then move on to the next tool in my toolbox.
Okay.
Anna, should we end it?
Yeah, we can finish it, I guess, because we've got the winner.
Okay, so we are ending the game right now. And okay, teachers can actually do this in case, okay, so.
Wow.
Brutish bunnies, yay!
Yay!
Vegan sharks. I cheated. I had the questions, you could actually do one more thing. Okay, you can have the children given the questions. Okay, so that would come in really, really helpful. If the children themselves are giving in the questions and you're using it to construct the quiz, it is very helpful and very empowering for the students. So that is something that I do. And I'm going to share the next tool that I have with you for you, and that is Quizlet. Quizlet is kind of slightly different from quizzes. Quizzes is a lot about collaboration, and Quizlet, it is on mastery of content. So I'm going to log into Quizlet, logging in. Give me a minute.
Yeah, Irina has written that her son helped her, I think, to grab the trophy.
Congratulations, you finished it off. Okay, sure. We're 2010. Okay, username test. So this is how. Okay, what should we do? I'm just creating a new account over here, and obviously I'm much 2000 should be fine. Okay, sign up. So you have, this is how you get a fresh account in Quizlet. I should have logged into my regular account. Why am I getting this? Just give me a minute.
That's okay, don't worry.
And log in with my school account. I do not have a personal account. I have a school one.
Yeah, Kiki, I love Quizlet as well because we do it really often. We use it like the revising for the new vocabulary, the old one, as you can provide it as a home task, revision, and etc. Really amazing tool. We can play live games, and this is amazing. I like the names of the animals there, and yeah, it seems like lots of fun.
Indeed. Just because they make the name so interesting and they have all these memes coming in quizzes is like a hot favorite. And you can also make, I forgot an important feature, you can also have the children make their memes. So they can take in, they can have their classroom photographs, okay, or pictures of themselves, and they can add memes. Okay, so it would be an inside joke for the class, adding their own memes. They have a lot of fun doing that. I'm so sorry that this is taking
Don't worry.
some time. So logged in.
So if you really enjoy something and you've got your ideas how to use this amazing EduTools, you can share whenever on any social medias that you use, like Facebook, Twitter, VK. Yeah, we use it in Russia really often. Or Instagram. You can actually find me, as you see here, on my handle, in Club.com. And I would love to give a follow from you to get, actually. Yeah. So, and I can give you the follow as well. So yeah, so just let's share with each other. If you have any interesting ideas and projects that you would like to share with others, like we do really often, you can DM me, and I would love to hear all of your ideas and your about the projects, about the EduTools, like Kamal is doing right now. Yeah, this is amazing.
Okay, I am there. I've logged in finally through my my school account.
Great.
And so this is what you see once you log in through your account, or if you created a new account, you'll get to see the Quizlet screen, and you have a home, you have sets, so it allows you to organize all your content into sets and in folders, and you can assign particular classes for this. Like I generally take it by grade levels that I handle. And let's get started with creating a new Quizlet set. Like I told you, okay, Quizlet, the focus is on mastery of content. Okay, so you can use it for, you can assign it to the students so that they can revise the content. And unlike the quiz that we had in the previous one, okay, over here we are going to create we are going to be creating these cards so that the students can go through them. Okay, so we've given it a name, test. Okay, we want it to be visible to everybody. It is only editable by me. And again, it has these wonderful options where you can import from Word, Excel, Google Docs. And let's get started with the first one. So I'm going to have this, and like the term was autotroph. Actually, I should have gone with this first. And the best thing over here is that the moment you put the answer, it will give you these options, and it will also give you options for the images which go with it. So over here, okay, it is intuitively giving us an image which goes well with autotrophs. So I really love this feature which is there in Quizlet. I'm going to put the next term, that is heterotrophs. Okay, we'll just have around 4 of them, heterotrophs. And again, it gives you 2 options. Heterotrophs are also known as consumers. And see, it's giving you all these wonderful pictures by itself. And I think this one works best. Let's have the third one very quickly. Let's have the third one. The process, insectivorous plants, which give, you have all these options where you can record, you can format the thing, you can change the color. You have all these wonderful options which are available.
Kamal, I would like to ask you, sorry for interrupting you. Is it for free? You said that you have your school account. Is it for free or?
Yes, my school account is, the reason I had to log in through my school account is because I have all my classes set over there. And yes, it's for free. I didn't have to do anything for getting that school account. Yes, but Quizlet is associated with, you have this premium features available with Quizlet, and it works just fine without all those premium features as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't pay for it, but it works great.
Teachers work, we like stuff free. We don't like paying for stuff. Nobody likes paying for stuff. And Quizlet is really good at doing this.
This is so true, yeah.
This is, see, really, there's so much out there. Okay, so saprotroph, the image, it is again giving it very intuitively. I don't have to do much about it, and we can create this. Save just 4 terms right now. You can give it a label. You can give it a you can have it labeling a particular diagram where you can drag and drop any image or choose an image, but this is a premium feature. So I'm not going to use it as such right now. I'm going to go with just the normal quiz.
Oh, that's what it is.
Okay, so this is the link that you would copy. You get this as soon as you save it. Okay, so you get all these options where you can email it to your HOD, to your subject head, okay, in case you want to collaborate with them, or even to your students. You can copy the link, share it on media. We tend to use WhatsApp a lot. We use Teams a lot, but you don't have to send that link to Teams. You can simply share it on Teams. Okay, so this is very nifty. I really love this. For people who are using Remind, you have that, and directly integrating into Google Classroom. For now, I'm just going to copy the link, and I'm going to open it in an alternate tab with me. And let's see. Let's look at the flashcards. So you can actually use it for learning. The students can use it for learning. What is the definition of autotrophs? And they would revise this. They would learn this for heterotrophs. And again, if you turn it, you get all these. You have this learn feature. And I'll just click on that, and you'll get to see how it helps you in learning by repeating that content over and over again. It helps you to master the content. So it'll give you a set of questions, and you have to, let's play along. 4 questions only. Plants which derive nutrition, insectivores, and you have to get all of them correct to get this. And so you're getting a hang of it, and it shows you that yes, you have mastered it, and you get to see that smiley thing. And you can repeat it again, or you can go back to the original page and you can practice the spellings with the writing thing. You can practice okay, spellings in the sense you would have to write the answer for this. So over here you can practice your spelling. Saprophos, the answer. Where did I go wrong? Okay, saprotrophs. Okay, so over here I've written singular, it has to be plural. Insectivores. So we have to be, as teachers, we have to be very mindful of this, that whenever we are using the computer for grading, we have to foresee all the options that are possible, plural, singular. It's always better to have this right at the beginning before we design the quiz. Give the students clear instructions. Okay, I want you typing in all in small caps. Do not have spaces in between words, or keep one space in between words in case it happens to be the answer contains double words or triple words. Okay, keep that single one place. Okay, no semicolon, no colon coming in between the words. Okay, so that comes in really helpful. And so I'll just put this one and we are ready to jump off to the next one. Heterotroph or heterotrophs? I do not remember. Yes, it will be heterotrophs.
Oh my gosh, this is so difficult. My brain's
okay,
low.
that's because I did not put an S or a consumers. I should have put it just heterotroph. So you have the writing option over here in case you want the children to practice, and then there is the spelling option where they have to spell out. Okay, so it would be dictation types. So you get to hear it. So heterotrophs or consumers. Oh God. Or consumers. This comes in really nifty. Because I do have a couple of students in my class who are not very good in spelling, so this comes in very useful over there. These are saprotrophs. The children can work on their spellings, especially with okay, I'm going to make it quiet. Okay, especially because of WhatsApp and social media, children, their spellings are, they really need to work on their spelling. So this comes in very useful. It's a very useful tool for spellings that I'm using, especially for those children who are poor in spellings. Then you can also test yourself. But the most important thing is the play thing. So you can play it as a game. Okay, you can revise it in the form of a game, and this is something which is very simple, where you simply have to drag and drop. Okay, so heterotrophs or consumers, it would come over here. Insectivores would be over here, and just like this. Okay, you quickly play the game, and that is one option. You have another way of playing the same game. With this, remember, like it's just timer. One set of, yes, it's very simple. This is very simple, where you just want to have fun. And there's another one, gravity.
Yeah, we know this.
And I'm going to keep the level very simple. So all of them, I'm going to keep it very easy. Do you want to have it just as definition, answer with a definition or a term? Let's see what it shows. So you can do all this, where when you give the correct answer, you will get to move forward. So plants which derive insectivores. And like this, you get to move. You can see how the score is changing. You can see how the score is changing and how you are leveling up. So that's all about Quizlet, where you get to master your content, and spelling is a feature that I would vouch for over here. And remember that we've just created that one set of cards and we've used it in different ways. So I find this very useful. And there's another thing which is super duper useful. You have this thing over here. So after you have made your, in case you had typed your questions directly, you want to reuse your question somewhere else, okay, you have this option of exporting the questions. And I'm going to use this thing I'm going to use it in the next tool that I'm going to show you, and that is Quizzilize. I'm going to use the same questions in the other tool of Quizzilize. So I'm going to stop sharing this tool, and if anybody has any questions, you're free to drop in.
No, that's okay. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. Someone said nice. It means nice. No questions then. Yeah, you showed all the things, all the features. That's really great. Step-by-step instruction.
Okay, let's move on to this one. It's the next one that I'm sharing, Quizzilize. It's not very well known, which makes it very interesting. So I'm going to log in.
I haven't tried this one before. Wow, it's something new to me, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so you can log in with your, yes, it is, you can have your Office 365 account over here as well. And I'm going to use my school. And yes, this is the one which is linked to Zish, which gives you those premium features. So I've already have my classes added over here. I don't need to add another class, but I'm going to make content for 6th standard over here. And okay, let's directly go to create a quiz. So they differentiated it with a big blue button. And let's get started with the first one. We'll be using the same set of questions that we used in Quizlet. Let's give it a title. Again, we'll be calling it test, and you can import it from a spreadsheet, or this is where I said that you can import it directly from Quizlet. So these two can be interlinked that way. I'm going to be adding the questions right now. This one allows you again to modify the question. So the first question coming up, and you would have, I'm going to make it in the form of an MCQ over here. Okay, so I have all my questions copied in that Word file, and we're quickly going to paste them over here. Incorrect options. Now, another thing which I find really useful and that I do in that I use in creating Kahoots is you can always copy paste the content. So I can duplicate the question. All the options would be the same. This comes in really helpful. So duplicating the question, I have the same question. I just need to, the options are already there, so I just need to change the question, nothing else. So done. And over here, the correct answer is heteros. This comes in handy. You can add math. You have a math mode for the math teachers. You can add images. I'm not going to add that. Again, you have the option of adding in audio, and this is really nice. Okay, where you have the text to speech feature. And I'm going to add just 2 more questions before we jump off. Did I duplicate the question? I forgot. No, I did not duplicate it. So I'm going to delete this one, and I'm simply going to duplicate this question. So, oh. Divorce. And we'll add the last question, duplicating this one. You just have to move your options around. Okay, I'm not typing much, just moving the options around. So we completed this, and let's save it to the library. You can upload an image for your quiz, and you can assign it to your class. You also have these options of uploading PDFs, uploading YouTube videos, uploading web links. I'm going to upload a PDF where you can, this comes in very handy if you want to assign a worksheet to the children. So you can just simply upload the PDF and assign it to the children. You don't want to type in the questions. Do you own? Yes, you would have. I own the content of this. Do you want access? Yes, I want to give them access. And there you have it. You've uploaded your PDF as well.
Wow, you did so fast.
So these are two features that we've seen. Yeah, the PDF comes in, uploading the worksheet comes in a bit handy at times.
Yeah,
in case you do not.
absolutely.
So I'm now going to go back to my original. I'm going back to my home screen, and let's play this. Let's look at it. How does it look from a student's perspective?
Okay.
I'm going to be sharing my screen. I'm going to move over there. Just a minute. Stop screen share and
yes, here it goes.
Do you see this?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is how it looks from a student's perspective. So they have all the time in the world. They can master the content, and they are timed against themselves. So they're running against time. Green plants, okay, autographs. And since it's timed, your score, your time, it is like your performance is directly dependent upon the time. And let's have the last one, and then that's the last question, and this is it.
I like the stars, which are coming, I don't know, out of this.
So you have your own score, and you try to beat it every time. So it is mastery of content coming in over here, and you can also play it as teams. I really like it for incentivizing it for the students. Okay, every time, okay, I've got children who want to beat their time. Okay, I did it in this many seconds last time. Okay, this time I'm doing it in this many seconds. So that works. That can be a big incentive for children. That's why I like Quizzilize. So if I had to compare the the three things, quizzes for teamwork, and quizzes was for teamwork. Okay, then Quizlet was for mastery of content. They go through the content over and over again. And then Quizzilize, I like it for bettering the score. Again, mastery of content, but in a different way. And last, everybody's favorite. Okay, I'll just show it to you. And I'm sure everybody has already done this. This is our very favorite Kahoot. So I'm going to share that with you. Do I skip this? Because it's like so popular. Everybody's done it innumerable times.
Yeah, Kahoot, I think everybody knows how it works. But if anybody don't, just let us know that you're pretty new to Kahoot. But I guess Kahoot is really popular.
It's like so popular. So I guess I can skip that. And I'm going to share my screen and then come on to things that you can do to gamify to include those gamification elements within your classroom without anything fancy. So give me a minute as I share my PPT again with you.
Yeah, sure.
And I have my game-based learning. So we've talked about quizzes, and we've talked about Quizlet, we've talked about Quizzilize, and there was Kahoot, and everybody loves Kahoot. And yes, then my all-time favorite, Minecraft Education Edition. And again, okay, this has come in the end because I think everybody in the world, there wouldn't be a soul in the world who's not familiar with Minecraft Education Edition, and it is our class's absolute favorite. It gamifies the entire thing, and you can use it across subjects, and there's so much of creativity involved with it. There's so much of learning, critical thinking, problem solving involved with it. You can and the best thing is that since it's a sandbox game, the children are not restricted with anything. They can just explore the game and they can start building their stuff. So that's what we all love about Minecraft Education. And these are some of the ways that you can use Minecraft within your class. I'm just like reading through that. So you can use it for content delivery and an exam. Excuse me. I would share. This has to be linked to a lesson. I would be linking that surely. Then you can use it for discovering learning and inquiry. So the teacher has introduced something and she wants the children to further explore the concept. So you can do that using Minecraft. Obviously she would have to build that world in Minecraft herself so that the students can come into the world and explore it and answer the questions that the teacher has put in for them. Then it can be used for project-based learning. So I would use it for linking real-life problems within the Minecraft environment. You want to teach them about SDGs, you want to teach them about the ecosystem, you want to teach them about climate change. Okay, you can have them build those worlds in Minecraft. Then with Flipgrid, you can use it for student voice and for student expression. So you can have children recording their videos in Minecraft using Flipgrid, and you can obviously use it for formative and summative assessment. There are these nifty little features where you can put in put the questions on the boards and the children get to write the answers, or you can insert QR codes within Minecraft and the children get to answer that, and that's how you can use it for formative. I haven't used it for summative assessment, okay, but yes, you can use it for formative assessment. The children have a lot of fun and they don't even get to know that they're actually studying. They seem to be playing, and Minecraft our very favorite game. Now, let's come on to something which I really, really like. Okay, that is gamification. Okay, gamification, like I told you, it's employing game-based elements to non-gaming environments. So how do we do that? You can use something as simple as Wakelet. Wakelet, I call it simple because the children need not have any account, and it is so useful. You can use it in any way possible. It's like there's so much to explore in Wakelet. You can use it n number of ways, and I use it for scavenger hunts. So I'll just share how I'm using it for scavenger hunts, and as I'm doing it, I'll also share a project that I'd love everybody to participate in. So
thank you. I love projects. Everybody knows that. Wow, amazing.
So this is a project, okay, that we had. This is a project which was based on COVID-19. Okay, I had started this way back in March, and we modified the project so that it could fit into scavenger hunt. So what the children have to do is, I hope that you guys can see this. Oh. Surely I must be doing something. Yes, surely I must be doing something wrong over here. Why is it getting stuck? I'm there in the edit mode. I wouldn't want that. Let me stop. Okay, now it's fine. So you can have a scavenger hunt where you have a set of questions, a set of tasks that you want the children to complete, and as and when they complete those tasks, they would have to put in their evidences within the Wakelet, and the first team to complete all the challenges, they get to earn a badge. So the instructions have to be very clear. So for this scavenger hunt, I'm just reading it from here. For this scavenger hunt, you will have to work as a team to complete one activity from each challenge. And for each team, the first team to drop in all of the required activities will win the hunt and will receive a Student Changemaker Hero badge. And then you have the set of challenges that you want. Okay, so for my game it was hand washing. Now that the schools have reopened in many countries, we really want the children to wash their hands properly. So I've given them an option that yes, you can record your video in a Flipgrid. So there's a link to the Flipgrid. There's a reference video over here. Okay, how are you supposed to wash your hand properly? I'm sure everybody knows it by now, but still, for some who are doing it incorrectly, you can still refer back to the video. Then you can demonstrate your hand washing technique either with soap and water or with a hand sanitizer, and you can drop it in the Flipgrid, which is shared below. Then you have a second option. You have the second challenge, okay, where you have to you have to refer to the video and show why you should be covering your mouth and nose when you are sneezing. And you have again two options. You can either share what you've learned from this video, or you can just have somebody take a photograph of you demonstrating that how will you ensure that others around you are safe when you sneeze. You got, and this project was this particular challenge was the one in which the children had the maximum fun, where they have to show what is the distance that should be maintained, what is the minimum distance which has to be maintained in between people when they gather together, like right now when schools are reopening. Okay, so and they have to show that by building a tower. The tower can be made up of anything, any material, and they have to take a picture. They have to take a selfie of themselves, or get somebody else take a picture of their tower with themselves being present in this, and then they have to share it in the Wakelet thing. So once they complete it, the first team to complete everything would be getting a hero badge, and the other teams would just be getting the normal student changemaker badges. So that is one way in which you can motivate children to complete any task. Okay, this is just a project that I had. You can get them to work on any subject matter, complete worksheets like this. Okay, have them post evidences through a Wakelet.
Kamal, are you creating the only one collection, or you create like a set of collections in your space for scavenger thing?
Yes, I generally do that. This I do. I am since Spaces was just introduced recently. So I've last two. It's been just introduced recently, so I've just introduced it to my students, and we are still exploring that. This was done before the Spaces was introduced, and so I haven't used Spaces over here in this particular collection because my children are getting used to that thing. This is based on Wakelets within Wakelets. We found a way of working it the other way. So that was Scavenger Hunts using Wakelet. Okay, and it need not even be Wakelet. You can have people, you can have students showing stuff on Flipgrid. You can have them in a Skype store. Okay, you can have them doing scavenger hunts on a Skype call. Okay, so they just get their stuff in front of the camera and show it to you. So that would be good enough. Or even on WhatsApp, even in Teams.
And then Buncee.
Yes, even in Buncee. Everywhere. Yes, we love Buncee. And this is the last thing that I have with me for today. It's already 6:50. Oh God! And this is automatic badging with form submission. I find it really, really useful. So in case you've created a form, and you want the badge to be given to the students as soon as they complete, if they got everything correct. So the teacher doesn't have to work very hard on this. So how do you do that? I'm going to be sharing that with you. First, obviously, you are going to be creating a form. So let's get started. Okay. I am sharing my screen with you on how to create that form.
Okay.
Okay, so I have my drive over here, and I'm going to start off with a new form.
Wow, this is very useful thing that you are about to share with us now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I found it life-saving. Like it's like, and as soon as the children give it and they open their mails and they have that badge with them and they're so elated to get that, and I don't have to do anything about it. Okay,
That's great.
So we are going to give it a name. We've given it the name test. Let's have 2 questions. I'm going to keep it very simple. What color is the sun? No. What an apple is generally an apple is
So is it a
generally...
separate tab? Yeah, it's another tab because we didn't see it. We now see your Google Drive page. Yeah, is it right?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry.
I was typing that. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Share screen and yes.
Awesome.
We are here. Now do you see
here.
the form?
Yeah.
Okay.
Google form. Yeah, that's right.
Right. So we've given it a name and I'm keeping it really simple. An apple is generally red or black. Okay, let's have another one. Let's make silly questions. Okay. Give me another silly question. Anna.
Okay, I'm here. So,
Anna,
an
give me a
apple
nice
is
silly
generally,
question.
what is your favorite color? Or it should be really like for us to investigate something.
Any silly question. Don't make it. I'm putting silly questions over here.
Okay. How many colors are there in the rainbow? Or
okay, how many colors in the rainbow? Right? How many colors?
You know, after your questions with these words that I even can't pronounce well, I'm terrified to say something.
No, we're
Everything
just having
sounds
fun.
really silly from my side after this. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now, what we have to do over here is, okay, after you've made it, in fact, I should have done this earlier. You're going to make it a required question, and again, this one also has to be a required question. You're going to ensure that that's done, and you're going to go to settings over here and collect email addresses.
Yeah.
You have to convert it into quizzes. So you're going to make this a quiz and release marks immediately after submission. Missed questions, let them know that, correct answers and point values. You ensure that this is all in place. So this thing, the first one, the second one, and the third 3 options selected, and in general, collect email addresses. You're going to save that, and then you're going to come on to responses, and you'll have to click on the create spreadsheet, and I would want to create a new spreadsheet over here. So I'm going to press on create. Okay, now the reason we need this is because all the responses are going to be stored over here. And we want to collect the email address of the children, and we want to get their total score. So there are just 2 questions over here. Okay, Anna, are you seeing the screen? Are you seeing sheets over here, or are
No,
you?
I don't see the spreadsheet right now. No, I don't see. Yeah.
Okay.
Good question from your side. Yeah.
I'm going to share that. I just forget as it moves in between screens. I just
yeah, I totally understand that. Yep.
Okay, so
here
this
it goes.
was the
spreadsheet is here.
Yeah, so you have your spreadsheet. Okay, you have the timestamp. Okay, you have the email address and you have the score. Okay, we want to concentrate on the email address and the score, because over here the email would be sent, or the badge would be sent to this address depending upon the score. Now I'm going to jump back to before I jump back, I'll have to check out the share. We'll have to share this thing, and when I share it, I have to do one thing: copy link. Okay, now there's a reason we're doing that. Give me a minute as I copy it on my Word document. I'm going to stop sharing it and then jump back to my forms. So sharing that and moving to forms. Do you see my forms now? Anna,
Yeah,
do you see my
it's
forms?
over here. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
So what we did was, yes, please go ahead.
No, that's okay. Don't worry. Just
okay,
talking to myself.
So first we created the form. Okay, then we moved on to the spreadsheet, which was linked to the form, and we got the address of the spreadsheet. Okay, and now we're going to click on these three buttons. Okay, and you have the script editor. So you're going to go to script editor. Oh God, it is not showing, is it? It's not showing you the script editor now.
No, not exactly.
No, I am sure it's not. It's showing something else. Sharing my script editor, sharing that other tab. You should actually look at my browser. There's so many tabs. It looks
I totally
like a real
understand
teacher
you. I've got the
browser.
same here. Yeah, the same
It looks
is
like
here
a
from my
teacher
side.
browser. Okay, so now you would be able to see this. So you have, this is what comes up once you press those three buttons. You will get this scripting window and you'll have this thing. We don't need that. I'm going to delete that. And there is a nifty script that I have shared in my document and in the Wakelet that I've shared with you, Anna. That script you need to copy and you need to paste over here. Okay, so I am just copying that and I'm going to be pasting it now. And we'll have to modify that slightly. Yes. So, here is it. Yes. Okay, here. So you have all these things available. Okay, and this is the comment section. Wherever you see that double bar, so that's a comment section. So first of all, I'm going to change this one to a comment. Okay, that is done. Now I'm going to replace with the Google Sheet file ID. So remember that we had copied pasted that Sheets ID. We are simply going to copy paste it over here. I'm going to do something weird. Okay, you have this entire address. I do not need the entire address. I just need this section which comes before edit. I only need that section. Okay, if you look at the bottom where my where my cursor is dancing, okay, you just need this section. So I'm going to cut that off and I'm going to replace this section with that. So that's done. After that, what do we next need to do? You have to concentrate on the score that the people are getting, okay, and the email. So our score was there in the third row, in the third column, and the email was there in the second column, so we don't have to do anything over there. You want to replace your subject with the email subject. So I want to say congrats because they're getting a badge. Congrats. Congrats. Something like this. Okay, then what you want to put in the body, you can customize this message. You win badge for level 1. Then you'll have to replace this with the file ID for the badge. Okay, obviously you would have created a badge. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and jump to my drive where I've created a badge and I've put it in my drive. Okay, so give me a minute as I do that.
Sure.
Share my screen and here's my drive. On my drive. Okay, so you can see my drive.
I'm in. Yep.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to share this now. Okay, so share. and you will get the link. And again, we are not going to take the entire thing. We're simply going to take a part of that link, just the ID section. So I'm going to stop. Stop sharing this, and I'm going to move back to my scripting window, and I would have
it's over there.
Okay, so I would have the link, and I'm simply going to copy paste it. Oh, this looks exactly like the link that I had. Oh, I think I've made a mistake. This is the link to the sheets, I believe. It's the same thing. Okay, so let me jump to my window and get the link to the form again.
Yeah, you're jumping the whole evening with us from one top to another. So sorry for that, but
I know it would be so confusing for you.
No, that's okay.
I'm jumping.
I'm just worried that you're getting really tired after this session with us. But it looks like a great tutorial for all of us, especially I have never tried what you're doing right now before. It looks like, wow, the numbers, the codes, but I would love to try.
Yeah, it's like really nifty. It's like I have a lot of fun doing this. Why is it going so big? Oh God.
From where did you get this, how to create these pages like you are doing it right now?
I picked it up from the internet. I'll share this in the, I'll share it in the Wakelet that I have. And it means like this needs to be shared. Everybody needs to be aware of this. This is like so damn useful. Why is it not coming? Yes, okay, finally got it. Copy link, and I'm there in the scripting window. Keep missing my windows. So many windows, I keep missing them. Okay, so we have the link to replace with badge ID. So I'm simply going to delete that and replace it with the badge ID and get rid of this. Okay, so let's check the other one. Okay, file pub, okay, fine. Gmail, everything is fine. URL, okay, over here we need to replace it with the URL of the form that we've created. So I'm going to jump between windows yet again. Stop share and sharing my window again.
Okay.
Okay, so
it's over there. Yeah.
So I am, when you press the send thingy, you'll get a link and you can shorten it. And you can copy
I always do like this.
And then yes, and then we're going to go back again
to
the scripting thing. Promise, this is the last time that I'm jumping.
You can just share with the whole screen on your computer, and you don't need to jump out and in of that. Come on, please. Don't stop torturing yourself. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm finally done. I hope it's coming. It's coming, right?
1 sec. Okay, just let's have a look.
Okay, it's not there. Okay, so I've just replaced this.
Okay.
So it's done. Okay, so what do I need to replace? What have I replaced? I have first replaced the ID for my sheets. Okay, so that's the first thing that I did. The second thing that I changed was the subject. You might want to change something in the body of the email that you'll be sending. Okay, then we need a link to the form. And lastly, yeah, that's about it. That's all that. Yes, I completely forgot. You need to have a link the ID to the badge that you've created. So this is all that has to be changed. And then you're going to save it and we'll try it on the form. Ocha, there's one more thing that has to be changed. When should the child be getting a badge? Okay, now we've made only 2 questions and you want them to get a badge if you get more than 10, they will be getting that badge. Remember that each question was allotted points. In case, let's check that once again. And this time I'm sharing my whole screen with you. So,
yeah, please do it. Just because it's much easier.
Yes, yeah, it's easier that way. Okay, so has it come? Okay,
Yes, over here. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I had forgotten to mark these answers. Okay, we're not given them points, so this is done. And let's see, we've marked the answer. We've marked the answer as well. Okay, it's generally red. So we've marked the answer. This is done. And for this one also, we have to give it points. So answer points 10. This you can modify. How many colors in a rainbow? 7 we've marked, and it's done. Okay, and all that you now need to do is you need to send the form to the children, and once they do the quiz, okay, they will automatically get the badge in their inboxes. If they've got more than they've got more than 10 marks over here, they would get the badge. This we've just put in 2 questions, so they will get it with 10 marks. But you can have a number of questions. I generally give them use this. I generally tend to make this really challenging. So there are something anywhere from 30 to 50 questions. And after they've completed that, then only they would be earning the badge. And you can try this out. Do I share it with you? And Anna, do you want to try this out? I'll share it with everybody out there. And you can try it out and see if you get the badge.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I am. Just let me copy that.
So I think we're about to finish. Yeah, this is the last
yes,
effort.
This is the last one. This is
Great.
the last one.
Oh my gosh, please don't hate me after this session. You spent so much time there.
Thank you so much. I totally had so much fun doing this because I find these things really nice.
But yeah, this is absolutely useful, especially when it's in automatical way. Yeah, everything happens in automatical way. It's a great time saver.
Yes. So, yeah. Did you? Okay, I'm sharing that in the window. Okay, shortening the link. I'm sharing it with you. Okay, and just answer those questions. Anybody's free to answer those questions, and you'll get a badge.
Yeah, one sec. I'm just going to copy this.
And yes.
And I hope this is the right link from you here. Yep, Google Form. Yay. So,
and
anybody wants to try? Who wants to? I think teachers are crazy about badges. So I'm talking personally about myself here because I love badges.
Like you do not need to have quizzes, okay, Quizlet, stuff like that. Okay, just with any assignment, you can have these badges being awarded to the children. So automatic badging with form submission, that is one of my favorites. That's I saved the best one for last. And in addition to this, you have other ideas for gamifying your classroom. So these are some of them. You can allocate points for contribution done to class during synchronous sessions. You can list only the top 3 or 5 students each week. Okay, so people who've been really interactive or people who've done commendable work during that week, it can be those. You can, yes, something which I really like, and my children are using that to the core. Okay, that is creating avatars, and you have these amazing tools where the children can create avatars of themselves, and you can hence gamify the entire thing by them being represented by their avatars. They have a lot of fun doing that. And that's about it. With this, I finish my presentation, and anybody's free to ask me any question.
Thank you so much. Actually, I've just passed the test, but could you tell me where are the badges are going to be sent?
It will come to your whatever email ID, you filled in when you were posting that.
I got it. So to my Gmail, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we go. And I just want to say that Kamal, she has prepared a really amazing presentation with all of the useful links and about all of the tools that she has mentioned here in our session today. And so I'm about to send it to all of you. You can just have a look through this amazing tools, links, and I think here we should say thank you so much, Kamal. It was really amazing, really informative, and I understand that you spent so much time on watching it, but you can watch it like twice per day, or you can watch it the other part a bit later. Yeah, thank you so much again, Kamal. Thank you that you are so passionate and generous and amazing educator. I hope to have you one more here on our live session. So because I think you've got some more tools to share about. I'm absolutely sure.
I seriously have.
Yeah, so I sense it. And everybody had a guess. I just want to ask you a question. This question was asked by one of my colleagues. She's from Russia, Irina. She asked, can she get Minecraft for free, or is there like some kind of world, or what are the features which are actually for free in Minecraft, or is everything like we should pay for this?
Okay,
Yeah.
how do you get it for free? If you have a school account, then you can register in through your school account, and then everything's free. But in case you do not have a school account, then it's difficult. I'll share a little secret. Okay, that initially we didn't have a school account, so many of my children, these were elementary children from elementary grades. Many of them were playing Minecraft, not Minecraft in education. They were playing Minecraft. So you can use normal Minecraft also. You can gamify it like that. You can give them little assignments. Obviously, all of them will not be able to you will not be able to control them as nicely as you can in Minecraft education, because Minecraft education, that is like amazing. It's got these n number of features, but still you can have them using whatever version of Minecraft they have, and introduce it. You would need, like I said at the beginning itself, that you would need to have that school account, that school domain, to get Minecraft education for free.
Okay, so yeah, it's really essential because it's not really for free. And these days, especially these days when we've got so many tools and platforms, we don't want to pay for every platform that we want to use in our classroom. Thank you so much for sharing. And any last words that you want to say to our Edu folks today?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, you took out 2 hours. Oh gosh, I can't even believe it. It's nearly 2 hours, and I've been talking and talking and talking about it. But yes, you would need to explore these. Okay, it has to be hands-on. You would have to try out these different tools and see which one works well for you. Like I've shared with you guys that Kahoot works for getting that adrenaline rush for me in my class. Okay, quizzes, when you want to work them together as a team. Quizilize, when you want them to better their own score. Okay, for resilience, when you want them to study, I use Quizlet. You'll have to figure it out what works best for your class. You would have to do hands-on, go through this video, and I do plan to and I am promising this to you, that I'm going to make these short videos, okay, and I'll put that in the Wakelet so that the teachers can refer to that, and that would be easier, because this is a long video. It's going to take forever and ever.
Yeah, that's what passionate teachers do. They can't stop sharing. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to promise myself I'm going to do that.
Yeah, 1 hour, no more, no less. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. And these are such good words that's with which I want to finish this amazing session with you, Kamal. Thank you so much for sharing with your presentation, with all of the resources that you have fulfilled our collection with.
So
I wish you to stay safe. Please go and rest, because I'm sure that you're so tired. And thanks for your big heart, because today you've shared with great tools and great tricks, that we can take and use in our classrooms. Thanks again. I wish you everybody to stay safe and healthy. Take care of yourself, because a good teacher is a healthy teacher. Yeah, and this is very important. Remember this. Stay inspired and waiting for your great ideas. Don't forget that you can always share with your great insights and ideas on any social medias which you use. Yeah, and we're going to be really grateful. Don't forget to use #TeachersLive. So that's how we will know that you found something interesting actually from our sessions. Thanks again. Can't say goodbye to you, Kamal, but I have to. Goodbye to everyone, and see you next session.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Bye.